In this video, we take a look at the brand new AirPods 2. How do they compare to the first generation AirPods? Should you consider buying them? Check out our full review right now. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Mac. Be sure to thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and then enable notifications with the bell icon so you won't miss any upcoming videos. Okay, so first and foremost, we're going to unbox our second generation AirPods. And one thing you'll notice about the box is that it's pretty much the same as the original AirPods box, outside of a few differences. The front is exactly the same. So you have the picture of the buds there. Of course, you have an Apple logo on the side. And if you opted for the top of the line AirPods with wireless charging case, it will actually say wireless charging case right below the AirPods text. All right, so let's get it unboxed. Inside, you will see the Designed by Apple in California packet. And right below that, you'll see your second generation AirPods. So Apple sells two SKUs, one with the wireless charging case for $199 and one with just the regular wired charging case for $159. But both contain the second generation AirPods. Apple no longer sells the first generation model. So inside the packet, you'll find safety and handling details along with warranty details. Feel free to read those when you're having trouble sleeping. Here's the AirPods Getting Started Guide, which walks you through some of the basic functionality of the second gen AirPods. And sadly, no Apple stickers. I don't believe Apple stickers were included with the first gen models either. Guess it's a price thing. So let's continue our unboxing. At the very bottom of the package, you'll find a Lightning to USB cable, which is kind of nice, to be honest. I wouldn't have been surprised if Apple would have omitted the Lightning cable just because it supports wireless charging on this more expensive model. So take that, all you Apple haters who claim the company nickels and dimes its customers. Yeah, they still nickel and dime their customers, but you know. All right, so we have it all unwrapped. Here it is, the AirPods 2 with wireless charging case. So one thing you're gonna notice right off the bat, that it looks pretty much the same as the original model. Obviously, there are some key differences here, and we're going to discuss those differences. Compare the original charging case with the wireless charging case, compare the first gen earbuds to the second gen earbuds. But one thing that hasn't changed, easy pairing. It doesn't get any easier than this. You just simply open up your AirPods charging case and you'll see a little pop-up on the screen, and then you just tap connect and you're connected. Beautiful design. Samsung tried to copy it, but no, they didn't do as good of a job. Now you'll find several settings. You can rename your AirPods. You can change the double tap gesture for each bud. So you can invoke Siri, play, pause, next track, previous track, or turn off the double tap gesture. So I like setting mine up like that. You also have automatic ear detection. So it uses a little sensor on the bud to detect when it's in your ear. You can also adjust microphone settings. Now, one of the really cool things about the iOS integration of the AirPods is that it not only shows your earbuds battery status, but it shows the wireless charging case battery status as well. And there's a special battery widget which will also tell you the battery status of your AirPods. Again, Samsung tried to replicate this on the Galaxy Buds and the Galaxy S10, but they didn't do it as well. Another thing that I really appreciate about the AirPods is that they sync together with iCloud. So when you connect to an iCloud-enabled device, those AirPods are available across all your iCloud connected devices. So your Mac, your iPad, your iPhone, etc., they automatically recognize those AirPods. But really, how do the first generation AirPods stack up with the second generation AirPods? Well, for starters, if you opted for the version with the wireless charging case, you'll notice that the LED indicator, instead of being placed on the inside of the case like on the first gen AirPods, it's located on the outside of the case. But most of everything is the same design-wise. For instance, you still have the Lightning connector on the bottom. But on the rear, you will find a slightly redesigned hinge without the mirror finish. You'll also notice that the connect button on the AirPods 2 is placed slightly higher. The side profile of both charging cases is exactly the same, while the top-down view with the case open shows the updated hinge and that the LED that's inside the original charging case has been relocated to the front of the new wireless charging case. But the cavity where your AirPods rest is exactly the same with the same charging contacts. And the regulatory information, serial number, and battery info is still located in the top flap. But here's what's really interesting. The earbud design is exactly the same. I mean, there is nothing different between the old first generation AirPods and the new second generation AirPods. In fact, you can't tell them apart outside of dirt or the ear gunk that may reside in the speaker cavity area. Thumbs up for grossness. But as similar as the first generation and second generation AirPods may be, there definitely are differences. Let's discuss those right now, starting with wireless charging capability. Now, technically, this is not a second generation feature because you can buy a wireless charging case for your original AirPods if you wish. But the $199 AirPods 2 SKU includes the wireless charging case, which allows you to charge your AirPods wirelessly, which isn't groundbreaking, but it's awfully convenient. So it will work with any Qi wireless charger like this one from Nomad, which allows you to wirelessly charge multiple Apple devices simultaneously. Sounds a little familiar, doesn't it? But even with the inclusion of wireless charging, Lightning remains an option as a quick way to recharge your charging case. But sadly, the long-awaited AirPower wireless charging accessory that Apple revealed umpteen years ago is still MIA. However, we do think it is coming soon, and apparently Apple does as well because they list it on the product packaging for the AirPods and the wireless charging case. So yeah, I think it's coming real soon. But the coolest thing isn't wireless charging. The coolest thing is hands-free, voice-activated Siri. So no more of this.
What time is it in Chicago?
First-gen AirPods required manual intervention by means of a double tap on the bud to invoke Siri.
What's the temperature right now in Paris, France?
It worked, but hands-free voice activation is just so much better. So when you go through the initial setup of your AirPods and you don't have voice activation for Siri already enabled, it will request that you do so. You can set it up just by tapping this button right here. Doing so will allow you to interact with Siri hands-free using only your voice. Now you'll still notice that it will route all the data back to your paired iPhone or iPad. However, the conversation occurs on your AirPods. So you talk to Siri using your AirPods microphone, and Siri will talk back using the speakers in the AirPods. But most importantly, it's all hands-free. Watch.
Hey, what's the weather like tomorrow in Chicago?
So I'm having a conversation with Siri without using my hands. I just talk and it talks back. That's brilliant.
Hey, what time is it right now in Paris, France?
And of course, the great thing about using your AirPods is that no one can hear Siri's response.
Hey, Siri, play new music.
So this is all made possible by that new H1 wireless chip inside the new AirPods. It makes your interactions with Siri all the more personal and natural.
Now here's something else to consider. The voice quality of Siri on the AirPods 2 is way better than a previous generation. The sound is more crisp, it's more clear, and it's just more pleasant to listen to.
Another benefit of that new H1 chip inside the AirPods 2 is increased talk time. The H1 is more efficient, so that's going to give you up to 3 hours of talk time now on a single charge, and up to 2 additional hours of talk time from a quick 15-minute charge. And the benefits of the H1 wireless chip doesn't stop there. You also get faster device switching. So let me show you what I mean here. I have my first generation AirPods connected to my iPad right now, outputting music. So now I'm going to switch to my iPhone. Just like that, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000, and now I can hear music after switching. So let's go ahead and switch back. Start playing. And again, we're using our first generation AirPods for this test. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, around 7.5 seconds to connect back. So not terrible, but it could be better, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to switch to our second generation AirPods and test those out just to see if the performance is any better. Apple claims that the new AirPods are twice as fast for device switching. We'll see here. So I'm playing music back on my iPad, and now we're going to switch over to our iPhone. So let's go ahead and do that now. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 5 1000, and we're ready to go. So 5 seconds, that's about half. Obviously, this is not a scientific test, but you get the general idea. So now let's go ahead and switch back. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000. There we go. Not bad. Obviously, the performance is definitely improved. Let's switch back. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000. So about 6 seconds that time. Take it with a grain of salt. My testing, not scientific in the least, but you get the idea. Apple also enhanced the connection time for phone calls. So here's my original AirPods transferring to my AirPods. And that was very quick with the original. And let's try the new AirPods. Transferring the phone call. And that seems about just as quick. I didn't really notice any difference there, to be honest. But one thing I did definitely notice is the lower latency when playing games. So when you press a button or you perform an action in the game that makes a sound, there's less of a delay between the action on screen and what you hear in your AirPods. For instance, as I'm bouncing on these little platforms here in Doodle Jump, the bounce effect occurs almost immediately. There's noticeable less lag when compared to the original AirPods. Now, we've discussed a lot of different improvements to the second generation AirPods, but to be honest, one of the biggest reasons to consider upgrading is because the battery life in your original AirPods is downright terrible.
That's terrible.
I mean, Charles Barkley terrible. Yeah, so obviously buying new AirPods is going to solve that issue because the battery is going to be brand new and not degraded. So what's my take on the AirPods 2? It's a great product. It won't be the cultural phenomenon that the originals were because, everyone's seen them already. But the AirPods 2 do bring meaningful enhancements and improvements to the original. But I do find it a little disappointing that Apple didn't include the wireless charging case with the $159 SKU. Instead, they charged $40 extra bucks, $199 to get wireless charging. To me, that seems a bit short-sighted, especially with Air Power on the horizon. They probably could have recouped some of that money just from those sales alone. Now, if you already own AirPods, I wouldn't necessarily consider this a must-have update because the improvements are, to be honest, incremental. It's more like AirPods 1.5. Not to mention that the fit and sound quality is exactly the same as its predecessor. And that means that if you didn't like the way the original AirPods fit in your ears, or you didn't care for the sound quality of the original AirPods, then there really is no reason to consider the AirPods 2 because they are exactly the same in those two areas. But if you did like the original AirPods, the H1 chip brings small but noticeable enhancements to the table. You get longer talk time, faster connections, less latency. Those are really nice features. But most importantly, the H1 chip delivers true hands-free Siri access. So that means as long as you have the AirPods in your ears, Siri is at your beck and call, and you don't even have to lift as much as a finger. So no, if I already own a pair of AirPods, I don't consider this an instant purchase. However, if you're like a whole lot of other people whose AirPods battery has seen better days, then perhaps you should consider upgrading. And when you do, you're going to get some cool new features thanks to that H1 chip, along with that wonderful day one battery life. What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comment section. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this. This is Jeff with 9to5Mac.